2026 just started. While everyone is out there making resolutions about eating less sugar or reading more books, you and I need to have a different conversation. We need to talk about the theft. Look at your hands right now. If they are damp, if they are drippy, if they are cold, you exactly know what has been stolen from you. You have spent years, maybe decades, hiding at the back of the room. You have mastered the art of switching lanes just to avoid that handshake. And the worst part, you have stayed single, behind a fake curtain of lone wolf energy or monk mode. Stop lying to yourself. You aren't on a spiritual journey. You are just in a damn prison. And if this is your reality, listen very carefully. I'm getting you out there. Because for the last 25 years, this was me. But today, at the age of 26, I realized that hyperhidrosis didn't just give me sweaty hands, it stole my childhood and it almost stole my adulthood. But today, that ends because today I am introducing you to the only concept that will save your life, the hyperhidrosis tax. Now, before I explain this concept, let me make something very clear. I don't need your sympathy, and you don't need mine. If you are here looking for a place where we sit in a circle and cry about our wet hands, leave. Leave now. Go back to other platforms. Go rot with other losers who have accepted their fate as subhuman. I am not your friend. I am the man here telling you that your condition has turned you into a bitch. You have used your sweaty hands as an excuse for your entire life. You tell yourself that you are a quiet guy. You tell yourself that you are on monk mode. It's all bullshit. You know the reality? You are just terrified of being noticed. You are a ballless man pretending to be a victim. And the reason you are probably angry at me right now for saying this is because deep down in the parts of your soul, you know I'm right. Now, since the soft guys have left, welcome to Hyperhidrosis Tax. To understand this concept, understand that this world poses every man's value on a scale. A normal guy with dry hands starts at a 5 out of 10. He can be average, he can be lazy, he can be okay, and the world accepts him. But you start at a 0. Because of your biological glitch, the world looks at your sweat and they subconsciously label you as anxious, low status, or weak. So understand this, that is your starting point. And the hyperhidrosis tax is the mandatory overcompensation you must pay in order to climb out of that hole. It means because your hands are 0 out of 10, every other pillar of your life, your frame, your mindset, your presence, must be 10 out of 10. You don't have the privilege to be an average guy. Average for a dry guy is fine, but average for a sweaty guy is repulsive. You have to be faster, stronger, and more dominant just to break even. And you know the saddest part? If you don't pay this tax, you stay as a ghost. And if you decide to pay it, you become a king. Now let's talk about how you actually pay it. So there are 4 different non-negotiable payments that this concept requires you to pay. The first payment of the tax. You must build a presence that exists outside of your condition. For the last 25 years, I thought I just needed to treat the sweat. I was wrong. I had to treat the man because I realized that the presence I had built was a sweaty presence. Every move, every word, every interaction I had, it was all calculated according to my wet palms. I was living like a ballless man while they were sitting right there. I hope you can understand how painful it is to say this. So, to pay the tax, you have to find who you truly are underneath those barriers. You have to strip away the hyperhidrosis identity. From now on, you don't walk into a room as the guy with sweaty hands. You walk in as a man who happens to be sweating. There is a massive difference. One is a victim who is praying to be ignored, and the other one is a king whose engine is simply running hot. There's a massive difference. So, if you don't define yourself, the sweat will define you. So, better take control now. The second payment, you kill the soft society inside your head. I spent years following this soft world, listening to those online personalities that are fucking cancer. They tell you to accept yourself, they tell you to be gentle, they tell you that you are brave just for existing. They turned me into a bitch on the inside. I only became a man recently. I realized that doing manly things means nothing if you are a coward in your own mind. This sort world wants you to be nice, quiet, sweaty guy that they can overlook. Fuck that. You pay the tax by reclaiming the hardness you have been hiding. You stop being gentle with your excuses. You pay the tax by being so formidable that people are too intimidated by your frame to even notice your hands. The third payment, the one that hurts me the most to talk about, and I call this the death of the introvert lie. I spent years pretending that I was an introvert, when the truth is, I am a fucking extrovert from the bottom of my soul. I craved people, I craved connection, I craved being the center of attention. But I built this defensive shell, this safe zone, to protect myself from the shame of damp touch. I avoided my childhood. I almost lost my adulthood. So, to pay the tax, you must tear down the defensive shell you have created around yourself. You don't get to hide in behind the lone wolf curtain anymore. You need to hunt down the socialization you have been running from. You owe it to yourself every conversation, every party, every girl you have avoided for 20 years. You need to pay that back with interest. You be the loudest, the most present person in the room because you have 2 decades of silence to make it up for. The fourth and final payment, execution. You can watch this video all day long. You can understand the tax concept, but if you don't take any action towards it, you are still a ghost. I pay this tax every day. I just paid this yesterday at the gym. I cold approached a girl in the highest environment setting for a man like us. Just just try to imagine for yourself if you have to do that. I know for some of you it's like a death sentence. It used to be for me as well. But I stood up, I took the leap, and I went and had a conversation. I didn't do it for her, neither I care about the results. I did it to kill the ghost inside me. You pay the tax by moving, not when you feel ready, not when the sweat stops. You move because it's hard, and it's the only way the balls return. Now, most of you will turn this off and go back to your monk mode prison. You will keep wiping your palms on your pants and ask why life is passing you by. You will stay a ghost. But for the men who are ready to pay the tax, who wants to take their souls back. Look in the description. There's a link to the execution list. I am building the foundation of a brotherhood, and I am only looking for the men who have the courage and the balls to act and to show up when the gates open. If you are one of that, put your email in and then forget about it. Go out and start paying the tax in the real world. If you are lucky, you will be in touch when the foundation is finished. 2026 is the year where we stop only treating the sweat and start treating the man. Stop being a ghost. Start paying the tax. I'll see you in the next one.